Well, it is June 15th, 2022. Um, yep, just got back from the Wednesday night. Uh, Went back and forth, picked up Barbara, and had ourselves a meeting. It was like 12 people, um, which is actually above average for the last year. And meeting tonight was on worry, stress, fear, you know, typical fare. And Barbara brought up the topic. It's a common um, theme for her, which is understandable. You know, it's it's for all of us. Um, Unknowns, um, and she is definitely feeling and is, yeah, very familiar. Um, and But I didn't like it still. Um, 'Cause she brought up the topic, and I spoke first because I just wanted to say what I wanted to say, and just have it out there, and she made a little gasping, like, "Oh no," kind of thing. Like it's like, well, you asked, and so I don't know if that's just part of it, where it's like part of our rapport that she is allowed to do that sort of thing, and my job is to not make too big of a deal of it, and just so I did, and I didn't say anything. I just let it go, and it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah. So it's like, bah, and she's like, bah. So it's like, so I don't know. I guess I just tried to have fun with it, but it was basically about, it's like, I'm never going to get over fear. I'm never going to get over worry. I'm never going to be without stress. I just learned to deal with things as they come and have not fear less. I just have less fear. Yada yada yada. So, but we all need reminders. And the thing that gets me is that while we're on the topic, since I'm introducing the topic, was how when I say things, it's me saying them. But then somebody else right after me can say the exact same thing or paraphrase it. And then it's like, that's so wise. That's awesome. I never thought of it that way. Thanks. Whereas I say it, mm, it's like totally just. So at least that's how it appears. And then it's like around, it's like, I said, and it's like, well, then it gets back to like, well, it's just me being self-centered or self-conscious or whatever. It's like, but some people just don't like, like I don't look like a person you want to take advice from or suggestions or perspective from, appearances. It's like, so just based on appearances or based on people's perception of me, it's like my words lose cohesion and narrative. So it's like you could read a book and it could be like the greatest, most insightful, helpful piece of work you'd ever read. But then you meet the author and they don't look like who you thought, and it's like, huh. You start having second guesses, oh, I don't know if I should be. Well, it made sense, but then I saw the person, and it's like, well, I don't think I want to do what they, I don't. So, surface matters. Surface matters. So, aesthetics, I guess, play a part. And I'm not trying either. So, people can think what they like, and I am not too fluffed about it. So, I'm okay with it. As long as I remember to be okay with it. I'm just be like, this is an old sticking point, let's call it, where I am not taken seriously. I'm not given credit. Whereas that's another sticking point. Whereas like people give me too much credit, give me too much understanding. It's like, well, people assume that I understand things, give me credit for knowledge and experience that I don't have. And it's like, please do not. You know, it's like, well, but people don't know what I don't have experience with, because I look like a person that should, you would think, have experience with lots of things. But I don't. And I don't think I pretend to or give off the impression that I do. And that's where it becomes, I think people get, you know, feel like they're not getting, because when I don't, then it's like I don't live up to whatever expectations that a person like me gives off. I don't know. It's very confusing. And then the fact that I don't talk much can't help. So it's like people are left going on their impressions, and I just don't live up to. It's like, who knows what people think my life is like outside of wherever they happen to see me, whatever context. It's like, I fully doubt that anybody has any idea of all the things that I do and write and record, and the internal narrative and drama and monologues. No one does. And I don't talk about it. I wouldn't want to know what people actually thought. Not anybody I know. I would immediately have to, like, well, I will never be talking to you ever again, I guess. Is that how it works? I don't know. But I guess that's self-conscious or something. I don't know. But then as far as recent activity with everything else, it's like, I am getting, the reality of it is becoming so, I don't think there is. I think the only reality is what I was constructing. There doesn't seem to be any give back, or I mean, I can find it, I can make it up, but that's just my own constructions and fabrications. And is it even just wishful thinking? I don't know. Because even if it's like, well, what then? It would take a lot of effort on both. And it's like, I just don't think either of us grasp the difficulty and enormity of anything that, so it's like, I don't think it's the capacity. It's like the interest might be there, but not the capacity or desire to actually change. I don't know. It's like, it's interesting if it were convenient, if it were accessible and available to figure it out, but it's not. It's far from convenient, far from accessible. And there's just too many barriers and uncomfortabilities. The comfort zones, I would be willing to, but there is no interest. There is no, at least not yet. And maybe there never will be. But there's no even, so it's like, I'm not being pressed or held or checked on. I mean, it's because I check on myself. I check in. I don't go missing. I can't bring myself to go missing. Because then I worry. And because I worry about them getting worried. And they shouldn't have to worry. They have enough to worry about. And I know a lot of it's self-appointed worry. but they can't. I mean, it is who they are, and you know, I notice, and it's like I think they worry too much, and they take it's like pick your battles, and if you find you have too many battles, put some back, but they can't. They have these battles. And they keep looking for more battles without, it's like these battles, they don't get won. And there's just an infinite. And it's like I cannot help them. I can probably try to comfort and be a security, a known quantity, entity, but a stability, I don't know. But even then, I'm not that reliable. So I'll do what I can, but I just get exhausted myself, and I have my own demons and battles and perils and monsters. So it's like I've got my own stuff too. Which I mostly just deal with. But I have, people around too. So, anyway, I don't really have much to say. This has been long enough, I guess. Just putting something out there. Being visible. Being seen. Sometimes that's difficult enough, especially after just being in the public eye. At work so many days a week, and then it's like at the beginning of a run, it's like I feel okay, I feel physically okay most of the time, not even all the time at the beginning of a run, but as the run progresses and I'm feeling just the way I do a lot of times, not always. A lot of times I get towards the end of a run, I'm just so tired, and I don't want to be seen, and I don't want to be looked at, and I don't want to have to make forced pleasantries as I go past other people. I don't make eye contact. My eye contact my tendency over the course of a run to make eye contact goes down, way down. My tendency to greet people or make or to signal or acknowledge goes way down, until eventually it's just like I'm just just trying to get done with the run, and then because I just feel, was it always like this? I don't know, but it is like this now. I'm being more attuned to my mental state, I guess, and not trying to pretend to be other than how I actually am for other people's convenience. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to. Maybe that's part of the game that civilized people play, is keeping up the posture and the pretense and the pretend. Because, you don't want, it's a popularity contest, obviously, and you want to be liked by as many people as possible, because that's how you win big prizes. I don't know about that. So, I've never understood the fascination with having thousands of friends and people on like social media. That's always bothered me. Where people place value on thousands. It's like, I just don't know how to process that. It's like, that's just too many people. And it's just too many things to keep track of, and it's just too noisy. So it's like, it's just not for me. I'm just wired. It's like, even on Instagram, just having like just over 12.5. It's like, that's too much. Because I need to be on social media less and feel less obligated. And I don't even post anything anymore. Yeah, it threatens my mental sanctums, my sanctuaries, my stabilities. So, and I only really interact with the one person, and they don't interact back really, because they've got so many other people that they need to keep. It's like pay attention to and keep. It's like spinning plates. It's like, check this plate. And it's like, hold down, spin. And it's like running around, just attention just scattered. So it's like, what is the long-term goal? I wonder. Like, seems like a lot of. But if it brings rewards, it's unseen, unknown rewards that I don't understand. It doesn't invalidate them or make them less commendable. It's just I don't understand it. And that's okay. So, my understanding of anything is does not legitimize or delegitimize anything or decrease its value. It just means I don't get it. So that's fair. I'm sure there's lots of things that I do, and it's like I place value on that other people would. It's like, why do you do that? Why do you do it that way? It's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't think about it. It's my normal. And if they, I don't. Anyway, I'm just rambling. I should go. I am choosing to go because I am tired of hearing myself talk. So that's it for me. Good night.